Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on the first day of a brand new week, and you know what that means? It's time to go to a new island. But first, we need to collect our sleep points and finish up last week's research. We are going to grab 100 sleep points, which puts us at 6,228. And while we're here, we can go ahead and play our daily lottery. By the way, the Lapis Lakeside bundles are now available, so if you are planning to buy them, now is your time. Oh, our bag is full. That's interesting. 142 out of 140. How did that happen? Probably because of all those handy candies. Well, okay, what can we do? Let's see. Let's go ahead and use a couple of these. We'll use 4. That sounds about right. 5 Onyx candy, 5 Geodude candy, and 10 Ghastly candy. Not bad at all. Now we can play our daily lottery. Give me a Poke Biscuit. That's what I really want. Ooh, another ingredient ticket. Not bad, though. That puts us at 10 ingredient ticket S's. And we could probably put those to good use pretty soon. Well, let's go ahead and jump straight into this sleep report and get this knocked out, and then we will be able to move to a new place. Session 184. And we have 9 hours and 23 minutes of sleep. 10% dozing, 46% snoozing, and 44% slumbering. That is looking pretty balanced to me, which might be pretty good. Oh, it's still slumbering. Interesting. Interesting. Well, all right, let's see. I'm gonna say 51 million. Nope, I'm way off. 43 million. I forgot we don't have the good sleep day multiplier anymore, so it was way lower. I don't know what I was thinking. 43 million, not bad at all. Not a bad day to wrap up the week. Master 5 is where we ended, so we're doing pretty good. There is another Mime Jr., which may or may not be worth going for, depending on what else is here. There's a Totodile and another Mime Jr. and a Croconaw. Ooh, okay, so we got a Croconaw, Sudowoodo, an Igglybuff, Mime Jr., another Sudowoodo, and a Totodile. There were not 2 Mime Juniors. I just mistook a Top Belly for another one. We do have 2 new sleep styles. A new Sudowoodo. All right. Seriously slacking sleep, man. That is a Pokemon after my own heart. Always slacking. All right, so we only have 1 left to finish up Sudowoodo. And then the other new Pokemon. Where are you? Ooh, that's it. Golduck. All right, rear scratching sleep. Okay. All right, let's see. All right. Kind of a funny way to sleep, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Let's see now. So that's everybody. Is anyone hungry? I was really hoping the Totodile was hungry because that is what we need to take home. We did previously put some work into a Golduck. Why is the game running so horrendously right now? Well, yeah, really the only real choice we have is Totodile. So let's go ahead and give him this bonus biscuit. Maybe. Ooh, no big hit. That is unfortunate. And given that today is the last day of the week, I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy just 2 biscuits and hopefully be able to take this Totodile home today, because I'm not sure if it's on Lapis Lakeside, so I want to go ahead and take it home now if we can. Just don't be full. Okay, good. So we're taking the Totodile home. That is going to be the only thing that we take home today. Not going to do anything else. so we can go ahead and finish up our research. Boom. And we can move on. Top belly sleep. You know what? Just for the last day, we'll send out some Mime Jr. This will be the last time we really focus on sending out Lapis Lakeside candy. We'll start changing it up moving forward, but we'll send that out one time for the one time. We got 1,927 research XP and 4,005 dream shards. Let's go ahead and switch on over. Let's see how good this new Totodile is. Docile, I don't remember what that is, so ooh, how did I select that? There we go. So we've got sausage and double oil. Ingredient find. Man, what is up with every single one of these Totodile we found has ingredient finder somewhere, and a lot of times it is right at the start. Then skill level up S. It does have berry finding, but it's way later than I would like. Helping speed M is also pretty good. Helping bonus. Okay, so depends on the nature. Docile is neutral. Okay, so that's not terrible. This might actually be the best one we found yet, but I still don't think it's gonna be that great. Actually, no, it's 62%, which is the exact same as the other three, or the other two that we found that were the best we found so far. So that's fun. Yeah, I mean, it is technically better than the others because of what it gets at level 75 and level 100, which the calculator doesn't take into account yet. So it is, I think this is the one to keep over the other one we had before, but it's going to take a while for this one to actually be good. So I don't even know. In the long term, yes, this is better to keep this one than the last one we had, but since we only plan to use it in the short term while we find a better one, it may actually be worse to keep this one over the other one, because the other one, if I remember correctly, had a speed of help up nature, so that one would be better to use in the short term. So yeah, this is, you know, pretty much just our typical luck with Totodile. So I'm gonna hold on to it for now, and we're just gonna move on. I'm gonna take a think on it and figure out what I want to do, but let's go ahead and move on. Literally moving on to a new place as soon as we collect this mission for going to bed on time, getting 15 diamonds. Job done. Choose the next research site. Our bonus for Cyan Beach is now 30%. And now it is time to move. But first, the thing I always forget about, and I actually remembered this time, the weekly summary. For week 27, we made it to Master 5. Final strength of 430,913. Gains from berries 230,223, and from cooking 200,690. All are down compared to last week, but we knew that was going to be the case because we weren't really trying to push the records this week. We did get an A, which is another 4 handy candies, so our inventory is definitely full again. Sleep midpoint was all over the place, which makes sense with all the activities I had going on towards the end of the week. So overall, a sleep grade of A is pretty good considering how my week went. Oh, and it already knows where I want to go. Of course, we're going to go to Lapis Lakeside. We do have a choice, but why would I want to go anywhere else? A thin mist hangs over this eerie lakeside, where the only sound is the gentle lapping of waves. Dragon-type Pokemon rule here. Alright, so a fresh new island, 0% area bonus. We've only befriended 14% of the Pokemon that can appear here. Actually, right before we go, 10,000 is the RP target. So this is definitely not going to be a master week, but that's fine. New area sound data will be downloaded. Let's get that done and over with. Shouldn't take but just a moment. And we can go ahead and move to this beautifully lush new area. Hopefully we get dessert. Curries is good. Curries is not bad. And of course we've got the Durin, the Mago, and the cherry berries, which we knew we were going to have. And now we get to put together a beautiful team right after we get our 100 XP for the Pokemon that were on our team before. And we do get 5 diamonds for our stamp. So that's pretty good. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see. There shouldn't be any news. No, still no new news, which is expected. But let's check the community reports. 50? Can we get 50? 44, not bad. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 that have doubled. So just shy of that 25% we like to see. Very good. All right. And now we can collect from everybody and then get our new team set up. Oh, did you actually collect a full inventory on a Sunday night? This looks a little bit more than what I would have expected so far. Interesting. Oh, and now you trigger your ingredient magnet. I mean, it will help, but it would have been nice if you would have done it at any point last week. I think Venusaur had 1, maybe 2 ingredient magnet procs all week, and this one is proc 3 times, and it was only on the team starting Saturday. So that's fun. Okay, let's get breakfast out of the way. We do have curries and stews, so that's going to be kind of interesting. We could make the solar power tomato curry. We already know this week is going to be kind of rough. We also know we're not going to be able to make the Dream Eater butter curry, but we can make the spore mushroom curry. That's probably going to be our best bet moving forward. So yeah, we're going to make the solar power curry for now. And then for the rest of the week, oh, tons of mushrooms. You know what? Just to get a really solid start, let's go ahead and fill this out with nothing but mushrooms. Get that up and running. With any luck, this will be extra tasty. No extra tasty to start off Lapis Lakeside. First meal on Lapis is not bad though. 8,818 for a solar power tomato curry. I'll take it. It could certainly be worse. All right, +0, +0. Interesting, but okay. Not even enough to put as a basic 2, but that's all right. Lapis Lakeside, Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle, blah, blah, blah. This is all stuff we already know. Make sure to complete. Now that the event has started, make sure to check your special missions and that you are completing them. There are some good things there, which we will check in just a moment, but I want to get our team up and running so they can start working in the background. Okay, so let's switch on over. And we are going to go to the auto team maker. I want to check and see what it's going to tell us. First things first, we want 5 Pokemon on the team. Let's go ahead and reset what we have. Spore Mushroom Curry is already selected, so that's good. And give me... This is the number of possible combinations, I think. Yeah, I think 15 will be fine. Not really worried about level necessarily. Whoops, I forgot to pick Lapis Lakeside and curries. There we go, refresh. Okay, so Interesting that it's saying we only are going to cover the meals 70% of the time. It might be worth it to put the other Gengar on the team instead of Butterfree. In fact, I think that would almost certainly be worth it. So this is a pretty straightforward team. We kind of already know what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and swap in the Victory Bell, of course. So we're going to throw that on the team, and then we're going to get that Primeape on the team. Whoop. Let's go ahead and clear all of this. No point in that. Where are you, Primeape? Where did you go? I'm looking right over you. There you are. Okay, Primeape is now on the team. And then we also want our Bayleef on the team. And we are going to put our beautifully lovely Espeon on the team. Hopefully, Charge Strength will trigger quite frequently and give us a really good boost. We do have a pretty good chance for it to trigger, so hopefully those helping or Charge Strength M's will give us that little extra push we need to get to a decent rank here. But it is going to be tough. First things first, we're not able to find another Chikorita. I could not think of the name that was better than what we have. So we're going to go ahead and put all of these candies into it. This will put it at level 25, which I believe it was 24 to evolve. I should have looked when I pulled up the menu earlier, but I was just checking the number of candies. Yes, level 24. We're going to go ahead and evolve that. And while the evolution is playing out, we can go ahead and start swapping in these Pokemon for our team. There we go. We now have a Meganium, which is pretty good. Team RP is still only 7,293. Which Gengar is this? Not that one. I need to rename these two Gengars so I can more easily distinguish between the two of them. It is this one, which clearly I have not updated in some time because it is 5 levels higher now. Level 32. Okay. And then we have our Primeape on the team, which is actually this Mankey. Still hasn't been updated. Primeape, level 1, level 25. And we are going to leave his pouch full because I'm pretty sure it's just Charge Strength S, right? Yes. So we'll leave his pouch full. We're not going to worry about collecting from him. And then we have our Bayleef on the team, who is now a Meganium. Also level 25. And Bayleef is also Charge Strength, correct? Yes, so we will leave its pouch full. And the Espeon. Where are you? Where are you, Espeon? Where did you go? There you are. Which is level 26. So that is accurate. Only making it to grade 3. Now I did make sure in the settings to select Lapis Lakeside. So this is with a 0% island bonus. Lapis Lakeside is only giving us grade 3. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Because now the question is, how can we make this better? What do we do to really improve our odds here? And I think one of the best things we can do is to level up. Who are we gonna level up? You know what? We've got 27. Let's go ahead and throw that all into this Primeape. Might as well while we're here. So now level 26. And then we have a ton of handy candies that we can use. And I'm kind of feeling like the best thing we can do is to this is actually kind of an interesting and difficult situation. You know what? I think I'm just gonna leave the team as is. I'm not gonna just pick somebody randomly to use the handy candies. We could do that, and that would get our RP up higher, but that would be arbitrary, and I certainly wouldn't make the best decision in the moment. So I'm gonna leave the team where it's at for now, and then we'll come back later and we might use those handy candies on somebody else, or maybe we'll catch somebody here that we can use those handy candies on rather than just forcing the use of the handy candies just because. But let's check out these special missions while our new team is working in the background. So we have limited time missions for 14 days. Snorlax to Basic 2, which we're almost there, will get us a Stuffle incense. Ultra 1 gets us a Ralts incense, and Ultra 4 gets us a Dratini incense. So that's the goal, is to get to Ultra 4. Okay, now that I have a goal in mind, now I know who I can look for to try to make sure we get to Ultra 4, because Grade 3 is a long ways from Ultra 4. And then we've got 15 biscuits we give out 15 biscuits to get 5 dream clusters, use 7 incense to get 5 handy candies, and go to bed on time 3 times to get 5 Poke Biscuits. So that's a very good one. Make sure you do that for sure. And then our weekly missions are pretty much the same. We do get a Ralts incense at Master 3, but that's definitely not happening. Diamonds for going to bed on time, give out 14 biscuits, and 245 candies instead of 44. We're already almost there. We'll almost certainly be there by the end of the week. But like I said, pretty straightforward for the regular missions, but make sure that you're doing the best you can to complete as many of these limited time missions as possible. There's some pretty good stuff in there. Only thing that's kind of is the dream clusters, but even those will be very beneficial, especially if you hold on to them for when we have another event like the holiday event, where dream clusters give you double the dream shards. So you still want to get them if you can, but they are definitely the ones that if you don't, it's not that big a deal. So with that out of the way, we are in a, ooh, look at you being all majestic. Ooh, girl. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this week goes. It could go very well, could go very poorly. Projection is Grade 3. I'm hoping to try to get to Ultra 4, but I'm definitely gonna have to do some research and a little bit of work behind the scenes to try to get us there. But for now, that's all I've got. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes.